if you don't have to be there. We do want to thank all of our law enforcement partners at the Sheriff's Office and the municipal police for all of their efforts over these past several days to ensure the safety of everyone. Even though we have seen some areas of the county come back online, the beaches and the barrier islands will be taking a little longer to recover. We do know the importance of tourism to our local economy, but we do need to ensure that our residents and our businesses are taken care of first and foremost. Though no specific timeline can be provided, the road to recovery has begun, as I mentioned, and it will take some time. In the meantime, if you are visiting us, if you are a local and you're trying to find opportunities to get away from all of the stress that our community has been dealing with, and you have that opportunity, there are many things you can do that do not involve the beaches. So we encourage you to visit our tourism webpage and to look at other opportunities that you can take advantage of with your family and children. County staff is currently assessing the status of the beaches and impacts of the sand movement caused by Hurricane Helene. Once we have that assessment, we will be able to plan our next steps, and we will be sharing those with you. As far as sand, we've gotten a lot of questions from property owners who have returned and they are seeing sand on their property. What do I do? If the sand is clean and it's ended up on your property, you can return it to the beach and the dune above the high tide line or the mean high water. It must not have stains, odors, debris, and you must not place it over dune plants, turtle nests, hurricane-generated debris, or construction debris. If you have any questions, you can always visit disaster.pinellas.gov. As far as water and sewer, I have an update to share. We currently continue to have a lot of our crews out on the islands doing a lot of the restoration work. We have more than 100 Pinellas County utilities workers and crews from St. Pete and the state actively working across sites in St. Pete Beach, Treasure Island, and Tierra Verde. They're repairing broken pipes and they're repairing pump stations. Again, if you see our crews out there, give them the space they need to be able to do the restoration work. We have 45 trucks working across the barrier islands, and you will see our crews in their appropriate uniform, whether on foot or using their county branded truck. We have 25 pump stations that continue to be offline. However, we have restored 120 of those pump stations. Our primary goal is to get the water and the water pressure restored to the barrier islands, and our crews are working around the clock. Our secondary goal is to repair the Gulf Beach water booster station. They're conducting some tests today, and we'll be able to provide additional information once those are completed and return normal. The boil water notice remains in effect for Tierra Verde, St. Pete Beach, and Treasure Island. I will now turn it over to Kathy Perkins, our Emergency Management Director.
Thank you. Good morning. We continue to deploy as many assets and resources out in the field to our impacted communities. We have opened a disaster recovery center. So that's a location where people can go in person and work with FEMA personnel to sign up for assistance. And that's located at the Largo Public Library at 120 Central Park Drive in Largo. It's a centralized location. You can get information and services related to disaster recovery, including federal assistance, application assistance, translation, and accessibility services will be on there, as well as access to computers and phones and other disaster-related resources. For more information and our hours of operation, you can find that on our website at disaster.pinellas.gov. Residents can also register for FEMA assistance online at disasterassistance.gov or via the FEMA app or by calling 1-800-621-FEMA, which is 3362. And I would highly encourage anyone and everyone that has been impacted by this event to please register so we know what you need. And if you are in need of food, clothing, and sheltering, and identify that with the FEMA representatives or online. This can help get some expedited assistance to you. So getting you some monetary relief within even a couple of days. So really important that you call that number if you need information. FEMA also has their disaster survivor assistance teams going throughout the county into impacted areas to help people register for this event. And unfortunately, we probably have people out there that were impacted for both Debbie and Helene. So these sites and the FEMA information, you can register for if you were impacted for Debbie, if you were impacted for Helene, or for both. So please make sure that you're registering and getting the information. And we've been talking with our municipalities every day as they identify communities in the public that may need assistance, whether it's a 55+ community, a mobile home community, anybody that maybe was flooded that we haven't gotten out to yet, or we haven't seen teams coming in there. Please let us know, and you can call our county information number at 727-464-4333, and we will work to get crews out there. We have lots of different assessment teams that can come out. They can also bring resources out into those communities. We've opened up more points of distribution that we call pods in Reddington Shores, Lake Vista Park. And that makes a total of 5 pods where hurricane-affected residents can receive free food, water, and tarps while they last. And again, we have all of that on our website at disaster.pinellas.gov. And our communications department is putting out flyers on a daily basis in impacted areas where people may not have phone or internet access. So that way we can make sure that everybody knows where assistance is available. And PSTA is now running the trolley again along the beach, and they're also running buses. So if you need to get on a bus or get a ride to be able to get to one of these pods to pick things up, that assistance is out there. The other thing that we're doing is we're currently coordinating with the Florida National Guard. They graciously offered to set up mobile feeding and taking water out. So they're driving through impacted communities. So if you're not able to get out to a pod, or you're really busy cleaning your home, they are traversing through some of these hard hit areas. As of this morning, our pods have distributed 63,392 meals ready to eat, 123,984 cases of water, 1,584 pallets of tarps, and 4,950 pallets of ice. So we know that you're still in need out there. It's hot and humid, so please hydrate, please take breaks, please follow safety. We're getting more cleanup supplies, and we're also getting masks and gloves and goggles so people can be as safe as possible as they're cleaning out their homes. And we're working with the municipalities where we see needs so we can get that out to the community. The Department of Children and Families has opened up a family resource center at the Bridgepoint Church. That's located at 6690 Crosswinds Drive, North St. Petersburg. At that site, they have food, water, diapers, wipes, and some cleaning supplies, as well as resource information for Activate Hope. And that's a statewide program where people can get additional assistance. It's really vital that we have a comprehensive assessment of the damages to help us qualify for federal aid and turn on as many assistance programs as possible. Please continue to report your damages of your home, your business, or even if you see damages to public infrastructure. That really helps us get out there and fix all of those things. As of this morning, we had 364 businesses that were reported as damaged or destroyed, with an estimate of $49 million in damages. And I'm sure as the days continue, we'll hear more about that. And if you heard yesterday, the county administrator, when he was talking about the damages to the residences, we're estimating over $2 billion damages to our residential areas. So all of that continues. We are out there starting in the unincorporated area, doing substantial damage assessments, taking a closer look at homes, how badly were they damaged, what level of repairs may they need, or unfortunately, maybe if the home cannot be repaired. So we're out there doing that now. And again, all of the folks that are out there doing that will have government ID. They'll be identified as government workers. So that way, that they're coming to you, and we'll be putting out more information through our public information officers to make sure that you guys are as safe as possible when you're sharing information or letting anybody come onto your property and look at those damages. We'll also be working on setting up emergency permitting. So our Building and Development Review Services group is expediting emergency permitting for residents and businesses who qualify. So we'll be putting that information out as we get everything stood up. Again, the individual assistance, I really want to encourage everybody to register through FEMA. And again, you can call 1-800-621-3362 or visit disasterassistance.gov to start your application. And as I mentioned, FEMA does have crews out on the street. So these disaster survivor assessment teams, again, they will be identified as FEMA employees. They have a FEMA ID. They're wearing clothing that identifies them as FEMA. So please make sure you're not giving your personal information out to people that are not identified as government officers. And if you don't feel comfortable giving it out to someone, again, you can visit that website or call that phone number. Feeding Tampa Bay continues to be an amazing partner with us, and they've distributed over 25,000 meals through county-supported sites. And there's much, much more feeding going on in the communities, just a tremendous outpour from local businesses and food trucks. And Feeding Tampa Bay has food pantries all over the county that is working to support everybody. You can, again, visit our website to get all of that information, disaster.pinellas.gov, to find a pantry or an event closest to you. Starting today, the barrier islands can receive free food, water, and tarps at different points. As long as that stuff is still available. And those pods are open from 7 p.m. on St. Pete Beach, Treasure Island, and Tierra Verde. And again, we've got all that information at disaster.pinellas.gov. And for those of you on the islands, if you don't have access to internet or phone, we have those flyers that we're sending out on a daily basis. If you've been in your home and you no longer want to stay there, and so your power may have come on, but maybe something's wrong with your air conditioning. And again, it's hot and humid. If you don't want to stay in your home, we do have shelters available. You can call our County Information Center at 727-464-4333. And you're welcome to come in there. We have some folks that are just coming in there, sleeping at night, and then going out to work or going out and repair their homes. And we are working on non-congregate shelters. We're working to try to find locations for the people that have been in shelter, some of them for more than a week now. So we want to get those places opened up. And then as we get more programs turned on, we'll continue to let the public know, other locations where they can go. And if you want to come into those shelters, you're welcome to bring your pets. If you have special needs or medical needs, we have those services for you. So please, please don't hesitate if you need that. We still have many communities with cooling stations at libraries and community centers with electricity and air conditioning. And we have a full list of these on our website. And I do just want to talk a little bit about the power. Duke has done a tremendous job, as is TECO, throughout our community. So just know that when they go out and repair power, they look for like where those pockets of outages are. So when they think that they've repaired those outages, they will clear that. So if you live in a neighborhood and your business or your home is still without power, but you see that your neighbors have it, make sure that you put in a new ticket with Duke, right? So that way they can come out and assess it. It may be that the transformer that serves a couple of homes, there was an issue with it. The other thing is there could be issues at your home itself. So we want to make sure that everybody's being safe, that you're getting an electrician out there to check that out. We're really trying to avoid having house fires. So working very closely with Duke as we restore power. We actually have a team of got the name, fire marshals that have come in from the state and are helping to do inspections, especially of these homes that had the major damages. So that way they can inspect that before Duke re-energizes them. Because again, we want to avoid having more house fires. Lots of resources in the community. Again, you can visit our website at disaster.pinellas.gov or call our county information center at 727-464-4333. That center is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. And, please be wary of people coming in that are soliciting either to do work for you, make sure that they're a vetted contractor. And also if, you've got people that are posting things saying they're collecting things for disaster victims, please make sure that you're giving to a credible entity. I heard this morning that St. Pete is going to be standing up some collections just for people in the city of St. Pete. So please make sure you're doing that through a vetted, verified agency. And if you do suspect any fraud in the community, whether with people coming out or agencies that you see online, you can report that to 727-464-6200. And now I'll turn it over to Kelly Hammer-Levy to talk about all of the debris efforts.
Thank you, Kathy. We started the pickup within some of the unincorporated areas this morning. Those areas where we started include Crystal Beach, Ozona, Indian Bluff Island, and West Palm Harbor. We are also picking up in western Leelman and the unincorporated area of Seminole. The maps and the schedule are online. They're both available in a GIS map, also available in PDF form at pinellas.gov/debris. I really want to reinforce that we are focusing on those areas that were hit the most by the flooding. If you are an area like me who experienced a lot of wind and I have twigs and leaves at my house, I place those things in my normal trash receptacles for routine pickup when our waste hauler can get there. We have a lot of very impacted areas and we need to help them get that debris out of their communities. There are very stringent sorting requirements for this debris, and you can help us help you by making sure this material is sorted properly. So we have a map that's going out, that's being hand delivered, but it's also on our website that shows you how specifically to sort that debris. We do need you to place regular household trash as you normally would in your trash receptacle. Things like flooded mattresses and furniture, C&D, so drywall, any type of materials like that is one pile. Then we need you to sort your electronics, like let's say your TV flooded, that needs to go in your regular household trash. And we need vegetative debris in its own pile as well. If you have taken all of the debris and dumped it in one big pile, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take it. We have FEMA monitors that are required to follow these debris contractors and make sure every pile is truly storm-related debris before we can take it. So again, please help us by sorting that material as we are showing on the flyer, as we're showing online. It'll help us get that debris out of your yard as quickly as possible. I also don't want anyone to panic. Maybe the truck came through and you missed it. It's not going to be one pass. We're going to be there again, all right? And a lot of folks, we've seen debris stacked from the right-of-way line all the way to their garage. It's going to take a couple of passes to help you get that off of your property. So be patient with us as we work through this process. Another thing I wanted to talk about is blocking roads. Obviously, with all this debris, you may not have a place to park. You may have contractors at your house. These are very, very large trucks. They are 60-yard dump trucks with picking equipment that is going to take that material, place in a truck. If the truck can't get through, then they're going to have to reroute and come back later. So please look for alternative parking so that we can get through there again to help you get that material off of your property. I also want to take a moment. There are some mobile home parks within our immediate pickup area. The contractor cannot go into private roads. So that debris will need to be brought out to a county right-of-way for us to pick it up and sorted properly. Of course, we do have the stand-up sites as well for unincorporated residents. That information is on the county website, and if you feel like that is a better option for you, those will remain open. Again, bringing that material straight there, and we will sort it as it's removed from your truck or your trailer. We've had a lot of commercial haulers requesting information as well, and we have loaded those resources up to the website, again, pinellas.gov/debris. It's a specific page for debris management. And there are resources there for commercial haulers. And as we have more resources to support commercial haulers, we will have that information there available to you. The map and again, I want to reinforce the map and the schedule for the pickup at your home is online and available. If you're wanting to know when are they getting to me, that is the place to go. Those maps are up there. They are live. As debris is picked up, the map updates instantaneously. So as we get that scheduling information, as we ramp up, you will start to see more zones open up. So again, please keep checking back there. If you don't have access to internet or Wi-Fi and you want to know the update, again, please call the County Information Center at 727-464-4333 or Pinellas County Public Works at 727-464-8900, and we will help you get that information.
Thank you very much, Kelly. We will now open it up for questions from media. We will start with media in the room. If you are a media partner joining us via Zoom, please raise your hand, and at the appropriate time, we will unmute you so you can ask your question. For media in the room, we will go ahead and get started.
Yes, question regarding the storm debris. On Tuesday, the county at its main dump site stopped accepting storm debris from commercial haulers. Why was that decision made, and who made that decision?
Again, this is a FEMA requirement for our process. So in order to remain eligible for reimbursement through FEMA, we can only accept debris from the unincorporated area. And so, yes, commercial haulers were hauling from, we have no idea where, and coming there. There are sites where commercial haulers can take their materials to, and that's why we've been sharing that information out. We have flyers at those sites, and we're handing that information to the commercial haulers so they do know where to go. Again, we are actively working, the county's working on resources for commercial haulers, because obviously we have a lot of debris and we have a lot of debris needs. And as soon as those resources are available, we'll continue to update and provide that information.
So there is one location right now for commercial haulers in all of Pinellas County. Are you saying the county plans to add additional locations so it's more than just one?
Those are private. The commercial haulers, there's not just one, there's several. It's on the website. They accept different types of debris. So you have to understand what type of debris. Some of them only accept C&D, and then there are some that accept metals, from white goods and things like that. So they have different certifications through the state to accept that debris. So they have to work within their area. But we do understand that commercial debris is a challenge, and there's a team working on evaluating what our options are.
In FEMA, they made the decision for it to be this way because at least commercial haulers we've spoken with have said this is different than in the past where they couldn't come directly to the county site.
The sites that we have set up for unincorporated. So this is FEMA reimbursement process. We have to document where that debris came from. And the county serves that unincorporated area. So that's how we have to document that. As far as, solid waste, as in the landfill and the waste energy plant, that's a separate function of the county, and so that they do not accept this debris. But we do understand at the county level that commercial debris is a challenge, and we're actively looking at what our options are to help support that community.
Any other questions? All right, let's go ahead and take some questions from media partners via Zoom.
No questions on Zoom at this time.
Okay, thank you very much.